fruit through the ages.
For 50 years, Warner Robins Christian Methodist Episcopal Church has stood as a beacon of hope, a place of worship, and a home of generations of believers. Built on an unshakable foundation, our story is woven through the testimonies of those who lived it. Join us as we celebrate 50 years of faithfulness through the voices of the people who helped shape our journey. Be on the lookout for various episodes of testimonies from members who have been with us all 50 years and more. So, hello and welcome to our 50th anniversary video series. We have with us today Miss Jacqueline Newkirk. Miss Jacqueline Newkirk. Miss Newkirk, I understand that you've been with Warner Robins CME for a while now. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. As you said, I'm Jacqueline Newkirk. I'm retired. I've been retired about 15 years now.
Oh, wow.
And I came to Warner Robins in 1982. And my husband was still active duty. We came because he was assigned as a professor of military science at Fort Valley State College.
Oh, that's awesome.
So eventually I obtained a transfer, and I got my same job at Robins Air Force Base as an education service specialist.
Okay.
And as we stayed here a while, my husband got to know other faculty members, and people in the community we did, and we decided that this would be our home. And at one point, we decided that we needed to find a church home.
Okay.
In the area, and I had been a Methodist all my life.
Okay.
And I found out, well, there's no AME church. I was AME. There's no AME church in Warner Robins, and I don't want to go to Fort Valley and Macon to worship.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, you sound like me because I'm born and bred Baptist, and I wound up going to school at Fort Valley State, where I majored in business administration, and I was a church hopper while I was in college because I wasn't sure if I was going to stay, and then when I decided to stay, I struggled to find a church that I could call home. I know how I stumbled on this. My husband was going here. Him and his brother, they were going to church here, and we came. My son was probably like a year, maybe, and I
remember.
And I was in love, like from the very first visit.
Right.
So I get it. I was Baptist, and
You moved, right. Well, my husband was Baptist, but he was he didn't mind moving toward my religion because I always kept my membership up at my home church in Florida.
Okay.
I said when we retire, we're going to find a church home. We went to chapel all the time. We would go to the post chapel for Army. Okay,
I got you.
And that's where we worshipped, and we took our children, and all of that. So as we traveled around. But when we got here, we did find that we decided to make Warner Robins our home.
Okay.
And I had a good friend that was attending here at that time, and she was telling me, she said, well, our church is similar to AME, so why don't you come and join us and see if you enjoy our church. It's not any different. And when we did come, we found out it was, Methodist is Methodist. We all do some of the similar things, the Apostle Creed and all of this, and we have communion similar, and everything is similar.
Okay. Well, you just taught me something new. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you go to a Methodist church, you pretty much, if if that's your doctrine that you've been brought up in, you feel comfortable.
Okay.
So I felt comfortable, and my husband knew Dr. Green. He was the pastor here then.
Okay.
And he was retiring, so he was getting his credentials renewed. So he took some classes, and we started coming, you know,
Okay.
and joining church different Sundays and all. And after we did finally settle, get a home and settle here, we decided to join.
Okay.
And I think that was about 1988.
Okay.
So it's almost been 40 years for me to
Oh,
be here.
wow.
No,
That's
30,
amazing.
yeah, So I've been here a good while, and I've seen a lot of changes.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of pastors go and come.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Green was actually one of my professors at Fort Allen State.
And Dr. Green was strictly a Methodist minister.
Oh, okay.
And you had the hymns and all of that I was used to
Okay.
as a child coming up. That's all we did sing was hymns.
Hymns, okay.
Very little of any other kind of gospel.
Oh, okay.
In the church I came,
Right.
So I was very comfortable with him, and he, at that time, he asked us, he asked us to join different groups, and
Okay.
so he appointed the first stewardess board, set number 2.
Okay.
And he asked me, and I was a part of that, and I was the president of stewardess board number 2.
Okay.
And you never see this much in our history, but there were about 5 of us ladies, and there are only 2 of us left now. I can see it was Mrs. We just lost Miss Dorothy Mathis.
Okay.
She was a part of ours. Miss Lizzie Brown,
Okay.
Miss French,
Okay.
Miss Corrine Grisby.
I know the name Corey Grisby.
and-
No, I remember Miss Corey Grisby.
And Christine and I are the only 2 from that board that are left now.
That is
So
amazing.
So we did, and we served there for a while, and then finally we merged with Stewardess Board number 1.
Okay.
And we learned what we were supposed to do. We didn't have any training manuals like we have now. We had to learn from them, and everything, but we did learn and to do what we were supposed to do, as stewardesses. And my husband became a steward, and Dr. Green was a very, he didn't mind you suggesting things and to do and to add to, to make things better for the church. And he decided at one point it was time for us to retire the mortgage. They had an old mortgage at the time they were established.
Right.
And I think it was about $15,000.
Okay.
So he established a mortgage burning committee. And I was on it, and my husband, and Miss Annie Walker, and Miss Roberts.
Okay.
And so it was accomplished, and we did a book. There's a book floating around somewhere.
Oh, wow.
And we took that, and that made it much more comfortable. And he also established the fact that that we should try and move forward in upgrading the sanctuary,
Okay.
and adding that
The annex.
annex back there, and with the dining room and all that. So we worked along with him with all of that, and then later on, the bishop decided it was time for Reverend Green to move on.
Okay.
So I think we got Reverend Zach next.
Okay.
And after, was it McKinney? I'm not sure, but I know after McKinney was here when we decided to renovate
Right. I
the
remember
sanctuary.
that. I came in under Reverend McKinney.
And Reverend McKinney was very, he was a people person, and he was very young.
Mm-hmm.
He used to say that we were like his parents because he was younger than my son.
Well, believe it or not, he did marriage counseling for me, and it was kind of weird because I was like, I'm older than you. I don't know.
Yeah. But he was a very easy person to get along with, and he visited us often.
Right.
He would always come to us for guidance,
Okay.
because he was very young. He
Yes.
was. And from that point, he appointed that committee, to renovate. And of course, I think they did a wonderful job. They had different aspects, Under the committee was a sanctuary committee, and I was on that one, and we were the ones that helped select the pews, and the colors and all of that.
All right.
And I remember doing so much paperwork on my computer, writing letters and getting things off for my husband because he didn't do stuff like that. So we worked together to bring everything together, and I think it worked out very well.
I do too.
And under then Reverend McKinney decided it was time for him to live, and then came Reverend Napier. And Reverend Napier, you know how he is. He's such an easygoing minister, and so easy to get along with. And anything you brought to him that he felt was going to grow the church. And and to me, he decided that we should be a tithing church.
Right.
And we wouldn't have all of these, you know, fundraisers and things. And I think he instilled that in the church.
Yes.
And I thought that was such a wonderful thing, to let people know exactly how the church should be funded.
Right.
And not, because before that they would ask money, you know, only on certain occasions for this and that and the other. But I went back. I left the stewardess board for one time because I had, my job demanded so much. I couldn't do a lot. So I came back under Reverend McKinney.
Okay.
And I've been serving there ever since. And I have enjoyed being here in this church. You know, it has, so many people have come and so many have gone.
Yes.
But I still feel like this is my family.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful, and the people here at this church, they take care of their members, you know. All through my, all through the plight I had with my husband's illness and death. There were so many that were right there with me. And I really appreciate that, and what, you know, helping me to get through that period in my life, which was a very hard thing to go through. After being with one person that many 40 years.
Oh, wow. So my memories of your husband was him helping to reestablish our summer camp we had here. And when I wrote the proposal and he read through it, he was very supportive of the concept, the ideas. I liked meeting with him because he would provide tips on how to make it better and do things a little different. He was an asset to that board because
he loved the children.
He really did.
And when he was even sick in his last few days, they would call him and he'd get up and go and pick those lunches and breakfast up and bring them over here.
And
he was awesome. He was not well at all, but he surely would. But he really and truly loved those children. And I even bought, you know, my grandchildren came here, and they loved the camp, you know, under the different directors they had and all of that, and it really enhanced their growth, you know. And I hope that they can get it going again, get somebody to really work it like, you know, he did, and
D. Woods.
And Reverend Woodson. She was
Reverend
a
Woodson
director
did
at one
really
time.
good.
And I just hope that we could get something else back like that.
I do too. I think it was a great asset to who we were as Warner Robins CME, because when we do summer camp, it's about being in the community, and the community entrusts us with their kids. Even if it's only for 30 days or 60 days, they trust us. They could choose anybody, but they come to us. And I know for myself, being a part of that program, I love just being with the kids, because during the regular school year, I, as an educator, I never worked with little kids. I only worked with big kids. But when they would assign me for summer camp, I get stuck with these little kids, and I'd be like,
they're darling, aren't they?
Yeah, I have these videos in my phone that pop up. We had, there's a young lady, she graduates this year from high school. We did a birthday party for her in my class, and the video shows up. There was another young lady that was here with us who was autistic, and she really grew to love us because her parents, you know, warned us that she may not adjust. But I feel like the love, and that's one of the things that I admire the most about being a part of the Warner Robins CME family, is the love. It's genuine. I told somebody, I said, I couldn't imagine starting over at another church. I said, because at least at Warner Robins, we're going to fight. We're not going to agree. We're going to disagree. I said, but at the end of the day, I love them.
That's it. And we're going to always be there to support our members.
Yes.
And that is what's what you need in a church family. You
Right.
don't need just to be able to come here and hear a sermon and go home.
Right.
And then, we have so many other activities, so many other boards and things that do things for the members.
Yes.
The We Care and the hospitality.
Yes,
I, at one time, was a part of that. But when Miss Lee was living
Oh,
over
wow.
there, I was.
Okay.
But like I said, my job, I became more demanding, as I grew and had more responsibility. So I didn't stay in that, and it's still going. But I was telling a girl the other day. She said something about. I said, yeah, and I remember when we had to dress in that black and gold and sit together on the one Sunday. You remember?
Yes, and I have a picture of y'all in that black and gold. Because I think I didn't, it took a while before I started taking pictures here. But when I did, those memories still pop up as my memories roll through. And I have pictures of Miss Ada Lee, Miss Ada Fuquay, even Miss Frances Williams. And so to see those memories come up and to know that I've been a part of this journey is amazing.
It's amazing. It's really been an amazing 30 years. I never thought it was really, when I started thinking about this, I said, well, it's really been that long?
Let me think. So I was,
That I've been at Warner Robinson.
my son was 1 when I decided that this was going to be my church home. So that would mean I've been here, oh wow, because my son will be 25 December the 17th. So I've been here 20.
Oh yeah, that's a long time. Yeah.
And you know what? I never thought about it. Because I know this is year 21 for me in teaching, but I never, while we were talking about doing this, it never dawned on me that I was a part of this.
Right, and and it makes a difference when you've seen all the different phases of what the church has been through, the different pastors and their manner of running the church. Reverend Green, like I said, he was the old CME minister, the hymns, the prayer meeting, the Bible study. He was going right by that discipline.
Right.
You had conference, you had official board.
Okay.
And you had prayer meeting before Bible study.
Okay, no, I haven't been. So I've been here for Bible study. I've been here for when we did official board and then church conference. But I don't think I've ever been, because I grew into Bible study. Because for me, it was like, that's one more thing I got to do. I don't know if I can add it to my plate. But I love it because I feel like I'm growing. And that's part of, I think that's what makes me a unique teacher, because I feel like I have to reinvent myself every year to be better for the next crop of kids.
And you have the right attitude about that, because we can't stay the same. We know we have to change.
We do.
So we have to look for some other means for that support, and that is through the Bible and the Word of God.
Yes.
And that is all what takes us through from one year. I used to tell somebody, are you going, when we leave for Friday after, what are you doing this weekend? I said, I'm going to church because I need something to keep me going.
And that's the way, believe it or not, people used to give me a hard time because they say, you're always here on Sundays. You're always here. You need a break. I said, even if you were to give me a break, I still would be in these pews. I said, I was raised that way. I said, my grandfather instilled in us that on Sundays, we're supposed to be in somebody's place of worship.
That's right.
And so for me, if I miss a Sunday, and I can admit I went through a period where I didn't go. But when you've been raised that way, it tugs at your heart, and you have no other choice but to go back to what you
will
know.
Go back. There will be something. I've gone where I didn't really go as much as I did in my later years, but there's a void somewhere where you are not attending on a consistent basis and being a part of the church.
Right.
And see, when we were in the military, we went to chapel and they had different, but it wasn't like it was your home church,
Right.
So I just felt like I still need that. So when we came, when we decided to settle down, and where it would be, we would find a church home.
Okay.
And I wanted to come and I wanted to do things and be a part, and that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I love being a part of something, and all the things that we do here, the stewardesses, how we used to do the Super Bowl.
I remember that, and I've been waiting on y'all to bring that back. I lived for Super Bowl because I got an opportunity to sample all these different creations that the mothers of the church made. And so I'm hoping one day it comes back because I loved it.
We're hoping that it can come back one day. And, I don't know. I worked on it for a little while, and I was denied when I was the president of the Students Board because I guess we were too short. We had not been out of COVID maybe long enough.
Right. And that makes sense.
We know that is the reason why we don't do those things now. But it definitely was a very good time to get together and fellowship and enjoy, the
I
different...
remember one year the mayor came to participate in y'all thing. I have a picture with y'all with the mayor, and he came and I can't remember which one it was, but he came and partook in Super Bowl with y'all.
He surely did. And it was so many would just drop in that you would never think, and we would invite different ones to come, and they always would ask my friends, and I would invite, when are you having it again? I said, Super Bowl. When is Super Bowl? It's always in February.
Yes.
So some of those things, we have not been able to reinstitute again, but hopefully we will one day. But there's a lot going on for members to really get involved in, and they're getting the children. When I came, my children were all grown, I had grandchildren.
Okay.
And they spend a lot of time here at this church. They really do. And it's, we look at the children that came through that camp, getting back to, look how successful so many of them have become.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
we can say we help sow a seed.
We help with that.
Yes.
This person is this, and my granddaughter's a lawyer now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Never
I love it.
But I know all of that training was up, and she
and speaking for my own self, I'm the mom of 2 Navy sailors. My son's not in right now. He decided that wasn't the path he wanted to take. But my son was a sailor. My daughter is currently a sailor.
Oh, my.
And my other daughter is at Clark, Atlanta, taking up
and
a
is
dual degree in
wonderful.
engineering.
But my son was a sailor.
Oh, that's awesome.
But my grandson, he has this degree. He works for Cox.
Okay.
And he's been doing that for he got his degree from Jacksonville University. But my granddaughter, she went on to get her
law degree.
From she went to Howard, but she got a law degree from Indiana U.
Okay.
And I'm just so proud of them and all of the children that I see come back.
Yes.
Brother Moore's daughter came back not long ago, and she's doing so well. And it's, we just don't know what influence we've had until we see what these children have grown up to become.
You're absolutely
and it really makes you feel good. And I hope that we can continue to do what we're doing, as for our church family.
For 50 more years.
That's right, 50 more years, and that will be great. That's what God wants us to do. He wants us to love one another, to show love. And that's the way you show love, by guiding people and children especially in the right direction.
That's correct. Well, Ms. Newkirk, I have enjoyed this conversation with you, and I thank you so much for coming to be a part of our 50th anniversary video series, and we look forward to 50 more years.
And I hope and pray that you will have them, even though I know anything is possible with God, but I probably won't be part of 50 more.
I don't know. You don't know.
But thank you so much.
No problem. Oh, that was awesome. You know what? Now